and welcome to Leaders of Tomorrow, ET Now's flagship series that celebrates the undying entrepreneurial spirit of micro, small and medium enterprises. On the show today, CMD of National Small Industries Corporation, Ravindranath, tells us how small companies can get technical, financial and marketing support to scale up. On Bright Sparks tonight, we feature 1469, a unique apparel brand that offers employment to rural women in Punjab and has a fan following of sports stars as well as film celebrities. And Audi India, a 17-year-old company that offers all kinds of stationery products to multinationals, PSUs, government organizations and more. So that's what we have in store for you over the next half hour. Let's begin then right away with our Bright Sparks. Our first Bright Spark today is a unique conceptual apparel and accessories brand called 1469. It fuses tradition with creative fashion in its unique range of products that have found a fan following in renowned sports and film celebrities. Known for its Fulkari weaves, the company offers employment to rural women in Punjab in areas that are prone to farmers' suicides. Here's ET Now's Punita Verma catching up with the entrepreneurs behind 1469.
Being Punjabi has always had a sense of pride associated with it. Punjabi culture, language, music, all of it has massive fan following in India and abroad. 1469 was formed to celebrate the spirit of Punjab and its much renowned quirky punches. Harinder Singh and Kirandeep Kaur, the couple who had been into manufacturing and exporting t-shirts for over 20 years, had a moment of jolt that followed the launch of the brand 1469 based on the year of birth of first Sikh Guru Nanak Dev. You had been in export business for 20 years before launching the brand 1469. What made you change the focus from exports to this brand 20 years after a successful career in export business?
One of our holidays with my wife, first time to Italy, bunch of students point finger on me that Bin Laden. So I don't know, that was probably the first hit on my mind to set something extraordinary, And I've been told by few of my friends that you're not doing what you are, so you must bring your, talent out. So I've been always doing graphic designing myself all these years. So thankfully, we started doing something on Punjabi heritage, about our culture, about our language, about our identity. So this was very rewarding and satisfying.
After being in the industry for such a long span of time, 1469 has established a strong brand presence. No wonder Harinder and Kirandeep have forged strong connections across sectors ranging from sports, media and even page 3 celebrities. The company has been felicitated at several prominent platforms. What has been the impact of your brand 1469 10 years after its launch?
The biggest push what we get in our stores in Janpath or Chandigarh is the diaspora coming. It's the number one things to do for them, to buy gifts from our shop. This is the biggest reward I could say. This truly has an impact on a Punjabi diaspora.
1469 is also reviving the traditional Punjabi handicrafts. Fulkari, the signature embroidery work of Punjab, which seemed to be losing its popularity under the layers of time, is back to being hip and stylish, courtesy the company's initiatives. In fact, 1469 has even involved the underprivileged women of some villages in Punjab and groomed them to take care of their households amid financial crisis due to farmer suicides. The company has been organizing Fulkari fairs for 2 years in succession to acquaint Delhiites with their traditional Punjabi arts and crafts. Well, you seem to have a great fondness for Fulkari and you also seem to be doing a lot in order to revamp the Fulkari culture. What all have you done in order to accomplish the same?
Well, we are having a two-pronged approach towards Fulkari. One is to preserve the old pieces of bags that were made in yesteryears by women at home for their family use, not commercially. And the other hand is the contemporary Fulkari that we have these days in the form of dupatta, stoles. We are trying to make more fashion-oriented articles out of it.
You have involved a lot of underprivileged communities in Punjab in your business. What kind of changes have you seen in their lives after they got involved in 1469?
They are not only doing it for the money in it, but also to preserve the art. So we are involving some clusters in Fatehgarh Sahib, and also we work out of Sangrur, which is actually a very, I would say it's a good initiative, because there are lots of families of farmer suicide victims. So those ladies get motivated to financially help their family.
The company has contributed significantly in making Punjabi culture an in thing. Even Bollywood hasn't stayed untouched by the Punjabi flavor of 1469. The industry, always fascinated by the bright colors of Punjab, has adopted it in its clothing through the merchandise offered by the company.
Suddenly I discovered that Bollywood influence has started coming in. They've been buying a lot of gifts from our shop, and I'm very happy, very fortunate we discovered Imtiaz Ali doing massive shopping in our store. He kind of supplement somewhere, added us our merchandise in promoting their films, and it's an ongoing process. We are enjoying that flavor. It's absolutely a new world for me.
The company has its brand presence at 8 locations in the country. Standing at a turnover of Rs 8 crores, the company is more inclined towards enhancing the quality of its product range rather than geographic expansion.
So that was 1469, a creative clothing company. Our next bright spark today is also from New Delhi. This one is a company that has been offering high-quality stationery products since 1999. Today it is run by a second-generation entrepreneur who has a single-minded focus on bringing innovation to Indian markets. Here's ET Now's Libza Manan catching up with him. Born in India's wholesale stationery business hub, Chandni Chowk in New Delhi, Audi India is the brainchild of yesteryear visionary Srinivas Garg. In 1995, the brand entered the Indian market with an aim to change the look and feel of stationery supplies. Today, second-generation entrepreneur Atul Garg is revamping the face of Audi India with his modern business ideas, intensifying competition for other players in the segment.
I joined the business in 2000, and my father gave a unique name, Audi, which stands for on demand. So he noted that all the stationery which has been ordered is on demand. So he made this abbreviation into a brand called Audi. So the USP of our company is it's on demand, on time, every time, with right quality.
What is the product range of the company?
Well, we have more than 78 product groups in stationery, and under those groups there are more than 1200 SKUs. So this will cover most of the school stationery, office stationery, certain office automation products. So these are the paper items are manufactured with in-house, and most of the other plastic and steel products are imported from all over the world.
What are the strategies adopted by the company to make sure that Audi India is ahead of competition?
The challenge that we face is that our competitors are regional competitors. So like in South we will have a different competitor, and the same product range will have a different competitor in North. So logistically, and they have advantage of logistics, they have advantage of being near to the customer and everything. So what we actually take pride in is that we always have the material ready with us. And if you want material to be ready, if you don't have something ready, then we can make it ready within few hours.
The company has a robust pan-India presence. What are the markets that have been tapped so far?
We have covered India completely geographically, right from Kashmir to down south Kerala, and Bhuj to Agartala. We have about 54 cities in the country where we have our direct dealers, and there are certain small cities from the big cities supply to the smaller cities. So we can comfortably say that Audi product is available in every street and corner of this country.
Boasting of a product line that covers nearly all areas of stationery items, ranging from paper and office supplies to printers, Audi India has single-mindedly focused on bringing in innovation in the Indian market. This leading name in stationery items recently launched organic food wrapping and cooking paper, promising healthy lifestyle for masses with hygienic cooking and fresh food.
They are a range of product which worldwide is being used for food packaging, but in India we don't use a real hygiene way of food packaging. So we have launched a product which is similar packing as aluminum foil, but it's a food grade paper, and our factory has been certified with ISO 22000 for making such papers, and this paper would be available very soon through all the retail outlets in this country.
There is a lot of focus on Modi's Make in India campaign. How do you think Audi India is contributing to the same?
Right from the time when Make in India was announced, I had this thing in mind to actually collaborate with one or two of my existing suppliers, to ask them to set up a joint venture or a factory here, because they know how to produce. I mean, they are very technical people. So if they are able to produce in India and take leverage of our strength in the marketing, then it will definitely help us. And going forward, this ease of business by our PM would definitely be a right step in this direction.
Talking a bit about the future prospects of the company, where do you want to take it from here? What is your vision for the next couple of years?
I want to see my company 20x from now, because the new products that we have launched, they have tremendous potential to be in every household of this country. So I think that we have a long way to go.
With a brand name that signifies on demand, Audi India is today a leading name in the Indian stationery market. The company's 3 factories and central warehouse in Delhi guarantee on-time deliveries of its superior quality products. Today, Audi's pan-India presence is delighting school kids with a funky product range and providing ease of doing work to office goers across the nation. So that was the success story of Audi India from New Delhi. Let's take a short break at this point. On the other side, we'll meet the CMD of National Small Industries Corporation, Ravindranath, and find out how the NSIC can help you scale up your business. Stay with us on Leaders of Tomorrow. Welcome back to Leaders of Tomorrow, only on ET Now. Next up is our special segment called Insight, where we bring you conversations with industry leaders, policymakers, and academicians on subjects that matter to the MSME sector. The National Small Industries Corporation plays a pivotal role in promoting micro, small, and medium enterprises. It offers financial, technical, as well as marketing support to entrepreneurs who aim to scale up. I caught up with Ravindranath, CMD of NSIC earlier, and we talked about NSIC's schemes, getting an SME listed on the stock exchange, benefits of getting a credit rating, and lots more. Here's some of that conversation. The NSIC is a well-known catalyst of growth as far as the MSME sector is concerned. But for those who don't know the whole portfolio of services that NSIC offers, please tell us a little more about it.
National Small Industries Corporation, or NSIC as it is more prominently known, is an organization which I would say is a one-stop solution provider for all MSMEs in India and even some of our counterparts abroad. We have been there since 1955, but we have always been trying to develop our schemes to cater to the requirements of the small enterprises, right, or the MSMEs as we call them today. They might be relating to the marketing areas, the credit, the technology, and the information support. If I may mention about the marketing areas of support which we render, the biggest challenge which we believe the small enterprises face today is getting the raw materials. Right. If they have the orders, they don't have the raw materials at the competitive prices and a sustained supply of them, it becomes very difficult for them to manufacture and supply and execute those orders. So what we do, we aggregate their requirements, pool them together, enter into an MOU with the bulk manufacturers, try and eliminate the middlemen and dealers, and get them the supplies at the same price. So it's a win-win situation, if I may say, for the bulk manufacturers because we get them the big orders, for the small enterprises because they have a sustained supply at the price which they wouldn't have otherwise got because they would have gone through the route of a dealer or a middleman. And as a result, getting a savings of almost 10 to 15%. So once they make the products, the next challenge they face is where to supply, where to market. We have a scheme which we call the government registration, single point registration scheme for government purchases. We register the units after evaluating them on technical and financial parameters. The technical evaluation, we leave it to an outside agency to give about the capabilities and capacities of the unit. The financials, we do it on our own and give them a certificate which declares what value of goods can this unit supply.
Right.
We fix a monetary limit for them. We give them a competency certificate which enables them to take advantages of earnest money exemption, of getting tender sets free of cost, and also matching the prices up to 15%. And especially with the public procurement order, which has become mandatory from 1st of April 15, this is a big help for such MSMEs.
For all those MSMEs who feel that rating is a tiresome process and it's a long drawn process which will capture a lot of their bandwidth, what would you like to say?
More than the process being tiresome, the concerns are if I share what I'm doing, tomorrow I should not be put to a difficulty. But if we try and educate them, that is the biggest challenge. First of all, the awareness that if they get themselves rated, how do they stand to gain out of it? A trusted third party opinion will always be honored by a bank. This is what we tell them, and there are instances where people have got benefit out of it. And that is what is leading to the numbers growing year on year. That shows that people are coming forward. All rating agencies follow the same rating symbols. Understanding is also similar. Their perspective about a unit might differ. It's quite logical. But then they are given a time frame that within 1 month the whole exercise has to be completed once the unit gives them the details. And it's turning out to be very successful.
Right.
Some of the rating companies who have done this study, post the rating, they find there are benefits in terms of interest rate concessions which have been offered. So I believe it is one of the solutions to the trust deficit which needs to be addressed.
And is raising equity a good option for a small or a medium enterprise, and at what stage should an SME start thinking of listing on an SME index? We have the BSE SME index, we have the NSE SME index. At what point in time do you think a company should consider these options?
I take it as one of the finest options available to the Indian small enterprises, because debt financing is not the only option available for them. There is always issues of debt equity ratio, there is always issues of limits which bankers put on it. But again, I believe there is a lack of awareness about the equity option also being available through the SME exchange and all that. But I say this because since the numbers are a bit low,
especially on NSE.
Especially on NSE. And but the thing is, the advantages which accrue, that need to be, a larger awareness needs to be created. I'm sure when people get to know of the benefits available, that they believe that maybe somebody would take away the whole thing from them and they would be left high and dry with their unit going out of their clutches. It's not like that.
In a bid to simplify processes and increase the ease of doing business for MSMEs in particular, the government has recently launched the Udyog Aadhaar Memorandum, which is a simplified form. How has the response been to that? And I'm sure that's a welcome step that they...
Yeah, it is truly a wonderful measure, I would say, because the numbers are growing. If you look at the MSME side, the numbers are truly growing. I think it would be around 64,000 already, having started from 15th of September onwards. But the best part is, it really addresses the concerns of why India was having an unorganized sector. Why were people reluctant to file the memoranda part 2? Despite going into the manufacturing mode, what were the issues for which they were not doing it? And this really simplifies the whole thing. It really takes care of the problems which small enterprises were facing at different levels, and online method which has come up through the Udyog Aadhaar, it addresses everything.
Right. And skill development is one of the major challenges across industries, and the Prime Minister has launched the Skilling India mission. At NSIC, how are you supporting the Skilling India mission?
Within our own resources which we have the technical centers at Delhi and 7 other places. What we have started doing is, while we were doing all these prototype development in the past, when they were set up in the early 50s and 60s, we have now started training people by synergizing with the requirements of the industry. So, all these skill courses, be it in the conventional areas, be it in the other high-end areas, we started running them as per the requirements of the industry. And the best part is, now we are able to have synergies between the industry requirements as they come for doing the campus placements with us, and the students who learn from us have an assurance that they would be picked up by the industry and they would be getting jobs.
And the other big challenge is the adoption of technology. We don't find traditional MSMEs very open to picking up the latest modern technologies, whether it's in terms of manufacturing or whether it's in terms of really marketing using, the web, for instance, as a tool. So, is there anything that NSIC does in that regard as well?
See, in terms of technology, if I may say, for the manufacturing processes, we take them abroad under the International Cooperation Program, which is another scheme of the Ministry of MSME, and have their one-on-one meetings with those with whom abroad they have relationship or can develop relationship for transfer of technology. But when it comes to marketing their things, one of the steps which NSIC has recently taken is that we have also started a B2C portal to enable these SMEs to put their products on that portal for marketing purposes. To bring in more and more numbers on that, we have, as a special gesture for the sector, said that we won't be charging anything as a membership fee. Up to December 2015, we have made it open, and the numbers are really growing on that. Already, I think we have 30,000 plus units who have found our portal quite attractive, and they have put their details on that.
What are the areas of mutual cooperation that you see between India and its neighbors as far as, collaboration for MSMEs is concerned?
Let me just mention, we were in Bangladesh and we were doing some study for setting up an incubation center. When we explained the model of entrepreneurship development through this scheme of ours, we were being approached by some of their colleges and certain other institutions, even in the banking sector, where they found that if they have to address their concerns of unemployment or engaging the youth, this is a perfect model. So, if we can do this with our neighboring country, I am sure even in areas of technology, products which are being better made at other countries, we can bring in the best practices and or their technologies to us. Wherever we support them, we have a better technologies, we can share with them.
And the Prime Minister has the ambitious Make in India plan. How huge is the opportunity for MSMEs as far as Make in India is concerned?
It is going to open up, I would say, if the world conglomerates walk into India, because I believe every company which comes into India would be looking forward to some ancillarization to be done within India. If that is what is going to happen, and I am sure it is going to happen, there is a tremendous opportunity for the Indian MSME sector. And with the business processes getting simplified, we are going to basically support them from both ends. We are going to get them opportunities of business. We are going to have an environment which will encourage more and more enterprises to come forward. And definitely the Make in India mission of the Prime Minister is going to get fulfilled.
Well, with that, it's a wrap for tonight on Leaders of Tomorrow. Conversations will, of course, continue throughout the week as we bring you discussions, expert advice, celebrate your success stories, and answer your queries. We'd love to hear from you, so feel free to get in touch with us at leadersoftomorrow@timesgroup.com or reach out using social media by just putting in the hashtag LOT or call us on the number flashing on your screen. Thanks for joining us. Goodbye and good night.